Okay, this is my new little project horse, Junior. This is the first time that I've worked him. So we're going to test out how he is about some things. About this flag. Doesn't seem too happy about it. So I'm going to hang in here. Same thing as the other one. I'm going to hang in here, just approaching him just enough to try to not send him over the edge. That obviously needs to get better. There's our licking and chewing, breathing, all the good stuff. Oh, I'm not going to ambush him with it. I'll come over here. Much better. It was not. It was not perfect by any means, but I don't know if he's ever had a flag approach him, or I'm going to say you need to be in class. I don't know if he's ever had a flag, or if he, is out of practice, or if he just, what the deal is here, but definitely need to get it better. Now my arm says you need to move, and I'll use the flag to there. Move him, and that's it. My hand comes here for the hindquarters. There. And I'm saying that's all I need you to do, dude. Okay, now this left side hasn't been approached with the flag yet. So I like to come, I'm going to kind of get him off me here. I like to come like this rather than low. I'm going to say move your feet this way. Good. So he's, it's definitely not good, but he's tight and moving. I want him to be relaxed when this comes into play. But I don't want him reactive. So here, I didn't feel like bending him because he's stiff and not giving his head. So I'm going to say when you're like that, when you're tight in your body, there he kind of pushed out the pressure from that saddle hanging there. When you're kind of tight in your body, you're not going to get a reward for stopping. I'm going to drive him forward there because his mind went outside the arena. Now if I did what I did with the other horse, I'm going to say keep moving. Keep moving. You can go to the bathroom and move. If I did what I did with the other horse, where I waved this flag all around, you see just me picking it up. Raises the energy. So I, for one, personally, I was told you could ride this thing, but I'm not that good of a bronc rider, so I'd rather just get him kind of good about some things. Here, I don't like getting drug around like that. One thing I don't do anymore that you see a lot of people do, and this is where I think kind of the you can blow them out one side, or you can do so little that you're not going to get anywhere. There, that might have been a good shot. Now don't come on top of me. You can hang out there. So one thing I don't do is just baby around with them standing there, and they almost kind of go to sleep, and then if it really comes down to it, you don't really address and fix an issue. I'm going to touch him on the side again, on his left side, and I'm going to actually get it where the camera can see. I'm going to touch him again on this left side, and I'm going to give enough room between me and the fence here, but we'll see if he's any better. It's definitely better, but he's definitely not. Totally cool about it. I'll get him where he can. I'll turn sideways a little more. Okay, we haven't approached this left side, so first I'll come up with it like this. He needs to be good with it down here, but let me come on this side, boy. See how he's protecting that side when his head's over there? The same thing as that other horse, so I might do a little pressure here to say, yeah, that's where your head needs to be. Now that was kind of a curious thing, I think. We'll come in here. Good. So for me, that's not good. But for me, I wouldn't even attempt to saddle this thing yet, because I know what's going to happen. I might get the saddle on him, but we're going to have a rodeo in between if he grabs himself that much. Now, you might come and put the saddle on him, not do any of those things. He might have been super good before. But now, I'll let him leave and I won't punish him for that, and then I'll just go right back to work here. Now see, right there when he's kind of not in the game. If he wants to leave and pay attention to me, that's fine, but that's where I'm going to get after him. And you see, that would be where you get bucked with, I think, or you get run off with. Because he's thinking about sniffing the ground there, and this kind of came up and surprised him. And that's when he really wanted to kind of drag me around there. So this little guy would probably be a good representation of the things that I want to get accomplished with some of these videos. So I think too much. The pot kind of boiled over there. That's a good place to get kicked. So we'll know kind of what we need to do with this guy. He's definitely pulling on this lead rope a little more than I'd like. So I kind of gave him the chance there to be shaped up, and now I'm going to say, when you're braced like he is now, when he's braced like he was, there's going to be pressure that you don't like going on. And when you relax and give him your body a little bit, meaning he bends a little more, right now his head's to the inside, or his ribs are the inside, his head's to the outside. And he's kind of falling in on this turn, very slowed, so I'll die down. And I'll just hang in here like this. I'm going to switch hands. Might get out a little ahead of him and help him there. Now I made that happen. He don't blunder forward. See, his mind goes elsewhere. Now he is 4, so he still kind of has an immature brain. I don't know what's kind of got his attention over there, but we just had a very reactive state. And probably is going to find anything right now to not think about what's in this little round pen, because that's probably pretty scary to him. I'm going to get his attention back. So, as I get to know this horse, I'm just waiting for him to come down a little bit, but I think that I'm going to have to kind of keep him busy a little bit sooner. That's a little better. I'll get out before he has a chance to go over the cliff. Now, the other thing is, he might have been, I don't know anything about this horse. He might have been trained, and this might be totally foreign to him, what I'm doing, that's what scares him. Somebody else might have trained him with the flag, that they handle it different, and good. Now you can move. There. That's all I needed. Didn't need you to run, so I'll get his attention back here. Good. Now this is what I need. Before you run, I want your attention back this way. Pressure's in front of you. See, although he's traveling through here, his mind is not in the game. He's not thinking about me or where he's going or what's going on. That's why it startled him so much when I jumped in front of him. He could see me just fine. And that's not the way that if he was a little more finished, that I would ask him to stop. Good. Now I'm kind of at his hip. I want your hip to come over. Good. And with this horse, when I say good, it's an improvement, and I think his mind is headed in the direction that I want. It's definitely not good by my standards yet, but that's okay. It's literally the first 10 minutes I've worked with him. Give him a chance here to come down. In the past, I sent him back there, but as he relaxed, he came forward. Sometimes I allow things, sometimes I don't allow them. It's not that you're being counterfeit to your horse. It's that you've got to experiment, observe, and see what works, and go from there. And it's not. I was actually talking to another lady today. When I ask him to walk out around me or transition up and down, I put my hand out like this, by both sides. If my hand is here in neutral, and I do something that's action, like with this flag, that's saying kind of tune that out. You're going to do things when you ride, like if you're pushing cows or, taking a drink from your buddy or whatever it is, that, you're not going to just be riding. So there's times he's got to tune certain things out, and then he's got to put 2 and 3 together, and they can do it way faster than we can. But for him to travel around me this way, it's here. For him to transition up, it's here first, then my flag. And then I go to neutral, and that's when I wave my flag around, and that says don't go anywhere. Like here, I don't want him to go backwards. I actually want him to come forward. And that sounds counterintuitive sometimes, but if he's tied and he goes that way, he's going to learn to step back. So there's pressure. As soon as he thinks he's going to come off of it like that, there's a little release. That's not where I wanted him to go, but I don't want him flying back. This way, bud. So here's travel. This is neutral. Here's speed up first. Then I also, how I do it personally, I advance in a circle, and that's my body as I'm riding. See, I'm saying, hey, now you need to move. You don't think about the flag. Think about my direction. This is just my leg coming on, saying go that way. That's all I needed. Oh, you hit the end of that. You hit the end of that. His mind's not with me. That's why we got the acceleration. So all he's doing is testing out what he thinks in his horse world. He has strength, speed, size, and I've hopefully got a brain. So he's using his speed rather than using his brain, which is what they kind of do. And I personally If I get drug around too much longer on him, I'd do this horseback where he can't really pull me around. And it actually goes a little faster when you've got one in here. There's pressure. He doesn't under there, just for the sake of it. He doesn't really understand what this means. Yeah. This will be a good one for videos. Good. Can you come forward? There. So he walked in to the space, and then his mind's outside of here. That's cool. That's kind of what what I expect out of him. Don't tip your butt to me. His head and neck was concerned about it there. And I know he left after it hit the ground, but his back is not getting as tight as it was. So this is definitely something that we're going to have to get better. Here, think this is my leg coming on. Oh, that's all I needed. All I needed. Here, think that way. My leg comes on. Pressure from my flag. That's all I needed. That's good. Pressure there. Good. Much better that way. You get a longer break when you're good, boy. To send him back, I'm going to come up here. For him to come forward, I'm going to come here. Now I'm going to do something different next time. Rather than, because he's just there. He's just putting these things together and he's doing what he thinks that he should. So, in experiment mode, rather than the next time he goes to come forward, now I'm sending him to the left or the right. He's going to stop, turn in. He's going to come forward. I know he's going to do it because he's done it 10 times already. I'm going to retreat a little bit and have a little pressure with my flag and then quit and see if he puts that together that, you know, he's already kind of on the way doing it. It's kind of like meeting him in the middle in that deal. All right, let's see this boy. I'm going to just carelessly see the head comes up. Good. Now I'm going to retreat. I'm going to wait for him to come. He's leaning. He's leaning. There. Pressure. Good. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. Now you have to be careful with that flag going off that offside. Excuse me. Could have got it there too, that bringing the pressure as he comes forward. Be careful with that flag going off that offside. You see him, you can get him running over you like that. So I might get this a little better before. He's small, but I sure don't want to get run over. Let him know that he can be pet here. Good. When people don't realize, even if you're petting on them with your hand, that's still pressure. That if you've ever watched some of these unhandled Mustangs, they don't take it too well. So it's just a process. They've got to learn what's going to kill them and what's not. And through this video, I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know what I'm going to get to. There, he didn't raise his head. I don't know what I'm going to get to, but it may be 5 more minutes, or I might get him saddled and move him around, but not as much reaction there. He thinks that's not too bad. There, he's coming. Keep coming, boy. while we're at it, if you made it this far, while we're at it, I personally, like, let's say this is a 2-year-old that's never been ridden, and even I'm going to treat him just like that. I am not going to tie up young horses to tack them up. I'm going to bring all my stuff out. Do I want them to be that good enough to stand tied to be tacked up? Absolutely, but I'm not going to, for a long time, until probably I can make sure they ground tie. I'm not going to tie them to tack them up and create a problem. Will I make them stand tied? Yeah, but I'm not going to tack them up while they have a chance to potentially set back and create a problem. But I'm also going to build it right here. This is no different than if I'm the post he's tied to, and here's the kid riding in front of him on the little Tonka truck. I don't want his first reaction, or the kid going underneath him to saddle him. I don't want his first reaction to think I got to fly backwards. I want his first reaction to think, which is what he's doing right now, I might come over here so we get a better angle. This also might help him come forward.